Today we are making what most Ghanaians consider one of the most expensive soups to make. Yes, that is because, well, according to our taste buds, you require a variety of meat and fish to make this soup very delicious. And that is the authentic Ghanaian palm nut soup. Our Nigerian neighbors call it banga soup. Probably a different process, but I'm sure it's the same base. Okay, so let's get started on this recipe. In my saucepan, I'm going to go ahead and add my protein. So I'll be using smoked fish and meats for almost all of this. Okay, so this is goat meat. I'm going in with some smoked beef as well, and then I'll add some smoked chicken. So I got these from the market just like that. Okay, but you can get some for yourself and smoke it at home, and that will make your soup also very delicious. Now I have the most popular spice blend in Ghana: onion, ginger, garlic, and I added some pepper. I'm going to add a bit of it into my saucepan and then use it to season my meat basically. I nearly forgot my crabs. So the thing is, in my household, it's like nobody wants the crabs again. So these are just mine, okay? Then I'll add some momone and superku. So honestly speaking, I've not used momone in my entire life. So I had to do a little bit of research before adding it into my soup, okay? And I choose to add it at this point. If you add it at any other point, let me know in the comment section. And then of course I seasoned my soup base. So I'll add enough water and allow the meat to cook until tender. So in my previous video, I shared how I made the palm soup base. And there's also another detailed recipe on my channel as well. So I'll leave those links in the description box so that you can prep your palm base aside. Of course, that's if you're not using the palm cream, the one that's already in the container. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to allow this to cook and then I'll get back to it. So this is about 15 minutes in, just to check up on the protein and make sure that everything is cooking beautifully. So I am more concerned about the goat meat because it's a tougher protein, okay? So that's why I want to cook this for a while. So I'll give this another, say, maybe 10 minutes on the fire, and it would also allow the stock around it to thicken up beautifully, and then we'll come back to it. So here we have a beautifully cooked protein, okay? At this point, it is ready to receive the soup base. So before I proceed, I want to make something clear. Usually, I would have put in an onion and tomatoes or onions and tomatoes in at this point. But I had already blended some because I was doing other recipes, okay? So I'll be adding that later. And this is my palm soup base that is going in. I allowed it to sit for a bit so that all the debris that I don't need, even though I've strained it like 3 times already, will not go into the soup, okay? As you can see, these black particles, okay, we don't want that. So I'll give this soup a good stir and then we'll proceed. If you are new here, hello, my name is Yasmi and this is my kitchen taste and bloom. Please consider subscribing and joining this amazing blooming family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch me. So like I mentioned earlier, ideally, or in the traditional process of making palm nut soup, at this point you drop in maybe 2 bulbs of onion and then some 2 fresh tomatoes, allow it to cook alongside the soup, and then you take them out at a point and blend and put it back into the soup to continue cooking. But like I said, I already had some of these ingredients blended already, so I'll just add a bit of them into the soup and then life goes on, okay? If you've watched the video till this end, I'm so grateful for you. Please give this video a thumbs up for me. There's a like button below the video. Just click on it for me so that YouTube will continue to push my content and also let more people see it, okay? So the thickness of your soup is totally dependent on your taste, okay? And also with most soups, it gets thicker the more you reheat. So yeah, bear that in mind, okay? So this has been cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes. And look at the oil has begun to form on top beautifully. My soup is doing amazing and tastes great at this point. I am adding in some extra fish, which I air fried earlier, okay? And then I'm also adding some more smoked fish. So just imagine, there's just too much flavor in this pot of beautiful palm nut soup. And I'm sure you're going to love it when you try it, okay? At this point, though I was stirring the soup, I was also checking for the thickness be somehow, okay? Like I mentioned earlier, I don't like my soups too thick, so I added in a bit of water. And of course, check for the salt at this point. I added a bit of salt at this point, but to be honest, I don't know where the clip went, okay? So I gave my soup an extra 15 minutes to finish cooking, and then it was ready. Let me know what you usually enjoy with your palm nut soup. It means I want you to leave that comment in the comment section, okay? And also share this video when you are done watching. Also, let me know, have you ever made palm nut soup with just one type of meat or fish? How did you like it? I honestly do not think it will be bad at all, but you should certainly try this All Nations or United Nations palm nut soup. It has authentic Ghanaian flavors I'm sure you are certainly going to love. We enjoyed our palm nut soup with Amuto and the kids really loved it, okay? Let me know what you would pair this United Nations palm nut soup with. Subscribe if you haven't done that already. Give me a thumbs up. Just a reminder if you've not done it already also. Leave a comment down below, share on your way out, and as always, remember to keep blooming.